I skipped out on Digital Circus when it first came out was because I heard it had an ongoing plot. And the thing is, I'm not a fan of ongoing stuff. I mean, besides One Piece, Hunter x Hunter, Hajime no Ippo, and Berserk, I usually prefer when a series actually ends. Like, that's why I got Scott Pilgrim, because that has an ending. That's why I got Soul Eater, that has an ending. That's why I got 20th Century Boys, that has a pretty confusing ending. That's why I got Barefoot Gen, um, because that has an ending. I prefer stuff that has a proper conclusion because when you watch something that's going on, you know, you risk seeing the quality deteriorate. So deteriorate. That's a hard word to pronounce, but you risk seeing the quality go down, and that can be very, heartbreaking. I remember when I saw Game of Thrones seasons one, two, and three, and four, and I was like, "Oh man, this is gonna be great." As a kid, I pirated them. That's how I saw them. But I was like, "Oh man, this is gonna be great." And then seasons five, six, and especially seven and eight, like shit hit the fan, and Game of Thrones went downhill. So I wasted time getting invested into Game of Thrones when when it was going to go downhill. And another thing about ongoing series is that there's a chance that the author will die or the creator will die, like with Berserk. It's a miracle that One Piece is still going on and that the author is still alive. Like every time an earthquake or something hits Japan, I immediately go on Google to make sure that the creator of One Piece is still alive. Please don't die before you conclude the series yourself. Anyway, that's enough with the introduction. Um, so, yeah, I saw the first episode of Digital Circus, and that was all right. Oh yeah, yeah. The reason why I'm watching Digital Circus now is because I hear it's actually coming to an end. So that's awesome. Maybe I'll get a Chainsaw Man someday. The Chainsaw Man manga. I see them all the time at the bookstore. And my reaction to the Digital Circus episode one is that it was all right. There's a lot of stuff going around or going on, but I guess that's the intention though, because like the main character, Pomni, she's very confused, and to these cartoon characters, all this chaos is probably normal. But nothing. I mean, there weren't any moments where I laughed or anything like that, or where I was shocked. I'm pretty sure it's just going to get darker. Fun fact: I did see the Silver Fox. Silver Fox is a YouTuber who does these really cool edits and is pretty funny. But I saw him review a bunch of quote unquote indie slop, and I was like, "Oh, that was interesting." He did spoil Digital Circus, but to be fair, I mean, I knew what I was getting into. But now I don't even really remember the spoiler outside of the purple rabbit guy having a little crash out at some point. And yeah, yeah, I'll just see how that goes. But with the first episode, it was all right. Nothing. It wasn't like a knee slap or anything like that. Also, I decided to look at the voice actors. A lot of them appeared in anime and JRPGs, and as a JRPG fan, that's pretty cool. Well, I just finished episode two, and that was slightly better. There was the I realized I like the orchestrated music, the pianos and the other instrumental music. That was cool. Uh, it was pretty predictable still because so the thing about Digital Circus, from what I'm seeing, is that there's a lot of existentialism, and it's doing the whole it looks like a kids show, but it's actually darker type of shtick. And I've already seen this with Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. And I mean, just because Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared did it first, and better doesn't mean that no other media can do it. But I've already seen it before. I think that's why a lot of kids are surprised by Digital Circus, because this is their first time seeing something that looks all child friendly but actually has darker undertones. There are still like a bunch of. I think most of the fan base for the show are like kids, people in middle school and high school. They weren't born back in, a while back, and that's perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that. New generations are always coming. But for me, who has some more experience with media, Digital Circus is not really surprising me. Like I immediately knew something bad was going to happen to that crocodile guy, or maybe not. I mean, I'm only on episode 2. Maybe he'll come back or something. I don't know. But I do like how what's his name, the teeth guy. I forgot his name. I just do like how he just Thanos snapped him out of existence. That was hilarious. That was hilariously dark. But yeah, I guess that's like the reoccurring thing though. Pony ends up thinking things will be okay, and then something traumatic happens. And yeah, and I'm pretty sure that fudge monster is gonna make a comeback, and there's gonna be some undertones or dark undertones or something. Anyway, I'm gonna play Metal Gear Solid 1. Alright, I just got done finishing Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, and now the time to watch something less interesting. Digital Circus, episode 3. Yay. I'm sorry, but there's no way this can top Jack Horner or the literal embodiment of death. Wow, that was actually really good. That rabbit guy down there, though, he's a jerk. But yeah, episode 3, so far the best episode. I gotta say, this show has some really nice animation. My favorite little detail is how you can see, reflections in the characters' eyes, because their eyes are just so shiny to the point where you can see the reflections. This is episode 4. I kind of have a feeling there's something bad that's going to happen. I mean, working in food service, I have experience working in food service in the Army, but not like at McDonald's. Oh boy. Oh, by the way, my favorite character is probably Ragatha or Zubul.
Or are we the broken ones? How long has this shift really gone on for? 6 hours? 8? 24?
She's crashing out.
A year? Does time even move in here? Will we ever go home? Will we ever achieve our dreams?
I gotta say, her voice actor sounds adorable.
That clock's broken.
Her voice actor sounds adorable. I'm getting PTSD from this episode because I was an Army cook, and all the bullshit that you see in this episode in the kitchen is similar to what I've experienced. Only, the work environment was even worse.
How you doing?
Everything's been...
Like, the rabbit, Jax, that's his name, he is pretty much me when I was feeling shitty in that work environment. Oh my goodness.
I'm doing fine.
Wish I could say the same.
Jax, there's dishes back here. You got time to lean, you got time to clean.
I really hate that, too. It's like when there's not shit going on, and then the boss or whoever's in charge is like, oh, well, you got time to stand around or sit down. You can also do this. Like, no, fuck off. Not everything needs to be immediate. Well, that's the end of episode 4, and wow, episode where Pomi doesn't get traumatized, because that was like 3 episodes in a row. Yeah, that was a solid episode. Yeah, it reminded me of the Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared job episode, though. Because, themes about soulless work environments and all that kind of stuff. But overall, though, this episode was nice. Alright, episode 5. Let's see where this goes. Alright, more than halfway through. Thank goodness. I mean, this is a good show, but I feel like it has so many blink and you'll miss it moments, and I don't plan on rewatching this. Also, I really, really do not like this person. And oh god, these last 3 episodes are 30 minutes long. Oh well. Alright. Alright, this was the first joke in the series that made me actually laugh. Like, not this one. But, hold on, I want to show it off again.
Anyway, Jax, why don't you start?
Him?
Wait, what am I doing? I wasn't paying attention.
It's like Kane, Kane was like, "Yeah, you're gonna fucking know this." And just, oh man, it reminds me of that. It reminds me of that joke from Team 4-Star where Goku touches Krillin's head and just learns everything instantly. It's like, Goku, did you just read my mind? This might be the best episode, probably. Alright, episode 7's out of the way, and that was an alright episode. Kind of felt like there's some boring moments in there, though, with the whole planning out thing. But, yeah, this episode was alright. Kind of saw the plot twist coming, but, still interesting. Kane's an asshole. So, yeah. Hey, if you made it this far in the video, you ever seen Penguin is Behind Bars? That was a pilot or a short animation. Never really made it that far, though. Doesn't really have that many views on YouTube. That was back when indie animation was actually, indie. Nowadays you can label something as indie animation and just make like millions of dollars off of it and join a company. But anyway, Penguin Behind Bars. Yeah, I believe it came on Adult Swim a couple of times. I first found out about it from the YouTuber Rebel Taxi, and it's an interesting pilot. It's on YouTube for now. I don't know why it gets copywritten sometimes and get taken off of YouTube. Who's the copyright holder for Penguins Behind Bars? It's not even a successful cartoon. Just let it stay on YouTube. Alright, last episode, and thank God, because this show is alright. Nothing really that spectacular, though. And, yep, it's alright. I've seen better cartoons, though, like Moral Oral, South Park seasons 3 to 14, Simpsons, before the Simpsons got bad. Amazing Digital Circus is alright, though. I prefer Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, to be honest. I heard the plot to the movie got leaked online, and that's pretty interesting. But, so far, I'm just not interested in seeing the movie. Yeah. This is an alright show, but I don't think it's anything great, to be honest. I haven't read the plot to the movie, though. I don't really care about it. Alright, I just finished the Amazing Digital Circus, episode 8, and I thought it was good. It was good. Better than episode 7. My favorite episodes from the show were episode 3, even though I don't really remember much of episode 3, but that conversation with Kinger and Pomni, that was pretty cool. Or is it Pomni? I don't care. But really, my favorite episode, though, was the fast food episode. Yep. But yeah, I kind of saw that plot twist coming with, with a Kinger being like a AI, or no, not Kinger, but with Kane being like an AI or something like that, which is kind of weird to me. Like, why would Kane reveal that in episode 7, Kane pretty much gave away, about the whole CNA thing, and he revealed that, yeah, he was created by by a CNA, right? And that he just confirmed he was an AI. But now in episode 8, Kinger confirms that, oh yeah, Kane was definitely made by an AI, and I got this plan to shut him down. I was wondering, Kane made the game in episode 7 for them to discover that he's an AI. I know that he wasn't really planning on letting them shut him down or or him letting them escape, but still, that's like a big thing to reveal. Like, I would keep that a secret. I will say this though, Kane is my favorite character. He is interesting, but I'm just not interested enough in the show to go see it in the theaters. I get why it's popular though. You know, appeals to a young teenage audience and younger kids. You know, who are just discovering, you know, semi-adult animation. Hey, it appeals to adults as well. But yeah, I'm not seeing it in theaters though. In fact, if you want to, I already heard it got leaked, the plot to the movie. So if you want to like spoil it in the comments, I don't care. I don't care at all. Yeah, it was all right though. The show's all right. I've seen better. Like, for me, something that's dark would be dark and looks family friendly. That I like would be Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. That now Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. That's way less predictable and way more creative than Digital Circus. And yep, that's all I'll say. Yeah, I finally watched the Amazing Digital Circus, and I'm not seeing it in theaters. There's this funny parody animation. Oh, there's this funny parody animation called how theaters will be like during a Digital Circus release, and it's really funny. Like the plot twist joke at the end of that parody animation was way less predictable than Digital Circus. I also like how the voice actor for Jax got into some controversy because some autistic fans discovered his more edgy old content or on YouTube or something. I'm like, fuck off. Like, leave the guy alone.